As detailing enthusiasts, there's nothing more appealing than a freshly waxed car. It shows off your attention to detail, but is all the prep work really necessary to give you the best performance from your wax? I'll be putting a generic ceramic wax through a series of tests to find out if it's worth the effort, or is it just more marketing to get you to buy more products? Any wax instructions will tell you to apply to a freshly cleaned car, and maybe some will go on to give more helpful advice like apply it in the shade, but very few say to clean, decontaminate, clay, polish, glaze, then apply the wax. So there's something worth testing there to try out all of these and see if it makes any difference to how the wax performs. So as you can see, I've divided up the boot lid into 6 small test areas where I'm claying all but one section using Angelwax Glide Synthetic Clay Sponge and Garage Therapy Zero Decon Shampoo, which will provide enough lubrication for the clay pad and also chemically decontaminate the panel as I use it, a double hit of saving time and products. So now it's time to meet the wax. So this is a typical hybrid SiO2 wax. That means along with traditional carnauba wax, it's got silicon dioxide or SiO2, which will provide a longer lasting wax coating than a traditional carnauba wax. I like to prime the wax by using the heat from my finger. This helps the oils to soften the wax by making it easier to be picked up by the applicator, and it helps provide a better application to the car's paint. The colour of the wax doesn't mean a thing, as when it's applied it leaves behind a clear residue to buff off when it's dry. Colours and scents are mainly designed to attract buyers. Another relevant factor is how much to apply. This catches so many people out, myself included, so the best rule of thumb is to apply in either circular motions or a cross hatch, and if it looks like you've buttered a scone, you've probably applied too much. The layer of wax should be almost invisible, but move your head to the side a little, you should see the waxy film, and leave this until it dries to a haze. Another common misconception is that the wax is now a cured wax, which you can throw water at to test its hydrophobic properties. It's not. A wax will take several hours or sometimes days to fully cure to the paint properly. It's only then that you can appreciate the true characteristics of the wax that you've applied. So with the ceramic wax now applied to the first 2 panels, I'm going to leave the centre section as a control section so we can measure the hydrophobic protection and move on to the 3rd section and apply a glaze under the wax, and I'm using Auto Bright Direct's Cherry Glaze. A glaze is like a gloss enhancing polish. It won't correct any swirls, but it will look better overall due to the product filling in those little scratches or swirl marks on the surface of your paint, so when the sunlight bounces off your paintwork, the swirls are temporarily masked. But it's not a great bed for a wax top coat due to the glaze being like flour underneath a pizza to help prevent it sticking in the oven. But we'll see later in the video if it's a truth or is it just a myth. Next is using a hand polish. Now this one from Gloss is a gloss enhancing polish this time, similar to a glaze, but this product has micro abrasives to give some minor correction to the paint surface. By hand it's doubtful you'll get much correction out of it, but it'll certainly chemically cleanse the paint, fill like the cherry glaze we used previously, and it actually leaves its own protection. Again, something not as stable as clean fresh paint for the wax to bond to, but it's another fair test for what someone might choose to do to their car of a weekend. Lastly, how about switching methods, a quick detailer underneath a wax? That's a challenge I want to see, if the wax is able to bond to the quick detailer, or could it cross-link through the quick detailer and get to the substrate underneath it? There's no way of proving that, by the way, I'm just hypothesising, because no one else has done that to my knowledge. After all the sections have had one coat of wax, it's time to buff off the residue. This may be the only slight difference between brands, is how a wax dries after application, not cures. Remember, it's not the same thing. A car wax may contain many different waxes and oils. Even though it's described as a ceramic wax, it may still have some carnauba, maybe paraffin or beeswax, as well as the silicon dioxide oil. For example, Monster Shine ceramic wax, you can go all round the car and it'll still buff off easily, but with the likes of Garage Therapy Alpha Wax, you have a very short time to remove the residue, so just check the application instructions for whichever wax that you've bought. With the wax buffed and tape removed, it's time to step back and admire your work. Well, that would be great if we had the full car, but it has given the panel a deep glossy finish and it's slick to the touch. So it's time to leave it overnight and see what we can do with it after it's had some time to cure.
Tomorrow.
An early morning rain shower has left some beads to admire, and we can also have a look at the filling capabilities of the polish and glaze. So this is the Gloss Quick Detailer with the ceramic wax, and although the beads are looking very nice, it's somewhat spoiled by the swirls in the paint. So wax alone, or indeed a quick detailer and a wax, do very little to mask swirls, or even give the appearance of reducing swirls. Moving on to the Gloss Enhancing Polish section. Beads from the wax are the same, but whether the polish has sufficiently filled the swirls is entirely subjective, and I'll leave you to your own thoughts on that. Personally, I think it's masked it a little bit, but anyway, moving on to the Auto Bright Cherry Glaze. Remember, this water behaviour is actually from rainfall, not the garden hose, but the cherry glaze beads seem tighter for some reason. It might just be because it's near the centre of the panel, but there's also two different sizes, which is odd. Anyway, you can see the tape line leading to the control section, but the sunlight reflection just picks out those swirls again. A glaze certainly looks better out of direct sunlight, and remember, they do enhance gloss too, so don't rule them out completely based on their rubbish filling capabilities. Passing the control section, which I like to see beading on too. A perfectly clean panel will also bead without any protection on it, and it's a great comparison between a hydrophobic section, either side of it, and a hydrophilic one, which is the control section. This is the wax on its own, with the surface cleaned with the Angelwax clay sponge, and a distinct difference between the control section and the waxed. Some lovely round beads as well as some micro beads. Then finally onto the last section, which is no prep, just a clean, and right now I actually think these beads are best of all. Let me know in the comment section below which is your favourite.
A few minutes later.
So we've seen the water behaviour from the rain. Turning the garden hose on it now, it's just something else. I've been preferring spray-on products more lately in my videos, but looking at this, it's about time I applied more waxes on the channel. If beads like these are your thing, you may have to get yourself a ceramic wax. The water is behaving like mercury. But let's not get carried away, the wax was only applied yesterday. You can see the control section in the centre there, flooding and not beading. Moving on round to the right hand side of the panel, all the rest of the sections are all happily beading away, separated by the tape lines. So how am I going to test it? So the biggest enemy of any protection is contact cleaning, so I'm going to wash it simply with a pH neutral shampoo 10 times to see if that alone will have any effect on how the wax performs. 10 washes in with a pH neutral shampoo that isn't available anymore, just to keep it completely impartial, and we'll take a closer look at what's happened. Well, the first panel, which remember was just the wax on its own, no prep other than just a clean, that's looking weirdly flat at the moment. Second panel was the clay, and there's a big difference between the first two. This is the one with the Autobrite Direct Cherry Glaze, which is actually looking very nice. This is the Sienna Gloss Enhancing Polish, wasn't it? And the Quick Detailer with the wax on top. So that's just after a rinse. So we'll have a look at the water behaviour with the garden hose and see if there's any difference. A second ago it was looking flat and dull, but with the garden hose on it, the section that didn't have any prep to it at all is still sheeting off very well. There are some beads forming, but it's clearing the section incredibly well, leaving next to no water behind, so it's definitely still there, working away, although beads wise it's not as noticeable as the other panel sections. Moving on to the section that was only clayed, the only difference so far is that the beads look better after some rain. The sheeting water is just as good at clearing the panel, although there is a square down the bottom left of this section that looks a little bit strange and holding on to a little more water. In the centre is the control section, showing what an unprotected area of the panel looks like, holding on to water rather than repelling it. Now on to the real surprise and a big myth buster for me, and I'm sure you too, seeing a wax perform as good as this on top of a glaze. We're told not to expect any kind of longevity from a wax on top of a glaze because it isn't a great bond to the paint, but after 10 contact washes it's still performing better in my opinion than the first two sections. The Sienna Gloss Polish and Glaze all-in-one is performing a little better again, leaving only a few beads behind from the sheeting test. That's outstanding. I'm also really surprised to see the wax has done so well over the top of a Quick Detailer after that 10 contact washes as well. A quick overhead look at the water behaviour of our ceramic wax, and if I had to choose one section for beads, I'd say it was the polish glaze section, and in fact I'd say the same as far as the sheeting is concerned too. So it would seem that at this stage of the test, prep of some sort has made a difference with applying this ceramic wax to this panel, and the results have been very interesting. Most ceramic paste waxes will last around 6 to 9 months depending on preparation, so most of the manufacturers' guidelines go, but these are quite conservative estimates. If looked after correctly, you could easily see 9 to 12 months depending on how they've been cleaned and whether any form of short-term products were used on it after a wash like a Quick Detailer, and after 10 contact washes to some would nearly be a year, but to others it could be just over 2 months. This is where a wax instead of a coating works best for an enthusiast, because it's quite an easy process to remove an older wax these days with the help of Garage Therapy Zero Decon Shampoo. Now there's one thing to clarify with this product, that it's not a strip wash shampoo, it's a deep cleansing shampoo. Can it strip protection? Yes, of course it can, absolutely. It depends on a number of factors though, as to how fresh the protection is, what type of protection and its chemical resiliency. It may take slightly higher dilution ratios and multiple hits to strip off newer protection. It's a product no car enthusiast should really be without in my opinion. Its applications are almost limitless, but for the purpose of this video I'm using it to try and remove this wax from the panel using the recommended dilution of just 10ml to 500ml of warm water. And that's for a pump spray or foamer. I'm using the IK Multi Pro 2 pump sprayer and leaving it to dwell on the surface for a few minutes without agitation before rinsing it off again with the garden hose to see if the chemical alone can do any damage to the wax. So Decon shampoo was originally formulated to deep clean ceramic coatings as they can become clogged, but for the general enthusiast we can use its cleansing power to good use for anything from a wheel cleaner to a winter pre-wash, but at this dilution, without agitation, it's certainly not completely removing this wax. It's had an effect on it certainly, as the hydrophobics have slowed significantly, but just in case the Decon shampoo is masking the hydrophobics, I'm going to go back over the panel with the same pH neutral shampoo I used before to neutralise any Decon shampoo residue if there is any. Remember, any good quality SiO2 or ceramic wax made in, say, the last 10 years at least should give you pretty similar results with what I've got here. So if you have bought one and it's right at the bottom of your detail and products box, then go dig it out, give it another chance using some of these techniques shown here. Or if you want to try one, you don't really have to spend a lot of money for a wax as good as this. This one was around the £20 mark, and you can still easily find fantastic waxes for sale around this price range. As you can see, it's still pretty much undefeated. It's worth putting your own ideas to the test and see what works for you. Do some experiments like this for yourselves and build your own knowledge base. And a wise man once said, "Stop being afraid of what could go wrong, start being excited about what could go right." Now, I could end the video here, but I'm sure if you've made it this far, you'll want to see if I ever did manage to remove the wax from the panel. I went a little bit stronger in the mix this time and added an extra 10ml of Decon shampoo to the earlier spray mix, so 20ml was all that was used in total, and I didn't use that much of it earlier, so probably still got around 350ml of solution here in the foamer. And this time I'm contact cleaning the panel with a wash mitt. This significantly increases the effectiveness of Decon shampoo and works deep into the paint to help release that existing protection. And just look at that, completely gone now, ready to have a fresh layer of protection for something else. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more from GM Details. Thanks for watching, see you on the next one. Cheery bye.